How's it going? Welcome in YouTube, welcome in TikTok. If you're seeing this on your For You page, make sure to double tap that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all the good things. If you're friendly, make sure to repost the live, share the live, do all the good things. If you're a MAGA Trump supporter, join up in the guest box. I'd love to have a conversation with you. If you're seeing this over on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Props to y'all. We hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Consider watching the video that I just put out. It's a special debate. Not really special, but I just that's what it's titled for fun. Make sure to go watch it. The most recent debate. What's up, Lily? Let's start with the first guest of the stream, I guess. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
What? One second.
Connor? Do we remember Connor? Who's Connor? I don't remember Connor.
Yeah?
Have we talked before?
We have talked, Jeremiah. You remember me.
What did we talk about?
I think we talked about immigration. Lily remembers me.
I remember someone saying that. I don't know. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Why do you support Trump?
I like all of his policies, so we can pick any of them.
Policy.
Name one immigration policy.
Yes.
Denaturalizing citizens who are pedophiles.
Himself? Himself, right?
So are you gonna respond to what I said?
That's not happening.
Are you just gonna talk about ridiculous conspiracy theories?
It's not a conspiracy theory. But even if it you said
it's not a conspiracy theory that there's a secret world order of Jews and Trump is a part of it. That's not a conspiracy theory.
I never said Trump was a part of this conspiracy theory that you're talking about. We're talking about something else. I don't know why you mentioned Jewish.
Explain to me why Trump is a pedophile.
Because you sexually exploited girls at Miss Teen USA who were 14, 15, and 16 years old. That's something a pedophile does.
How did he sexually exploit them?
By walking in.
He accidentally walked into their.
Not accidentally. Backstage. He bragged about this, meaning it was on purpose. He said he sometimes gets away with things like that. If it was accidental, he wouldn't be boasting about it, or he would have apologized for it. But he did neither of those two things. Therefore, it is not accidental. Try again.
That's conjecture. He said he went back there because that was part of his job. That's part of all their jobs.
And he said it was his way. He got away with things like that. It's not part of his job to sexually exploit women. He owns the pageants, not the contestants. Those are two different things.
When you are doing that job at a
hide your kids from callers. So true.
No, that does not prove that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, I'd argue sexually exploiting children makes someone a pedophile. Yes.
It's not sexual exploitation according to the law.
Sexual exploitation.
Look up sexual exploitation. Sexual exploitation. Read me the definition.
Sexual exploitation.
Read me the definition.
I was about to give you the definition. Sexual exploitation is any actual or attempted abuse of position of vulnerability, power, or trust for sexual gratification. Donald Trump said he abused his position of power and trust for sexual gratification, which was watching children get naked.
That was a necessary part of the job. It's different.
No, it wasn't a necessary part of his job, because then he says he sometimes gets away with it. So if it was part of his job, then he wouldn't be getting away with doing his job.
Exploitation would be you're a teacher and you go into the locker room.
What you're doing is giving an explanation of exploitation. You're not telling me the definition.
I'm giving you an actual example as opposed to your false example.
What?
It's not sexual exploitation. It was a necessary part of the job. If you want to talk about the ethics of beauty pageants in general, that's a separate conversation. I think they're pretty gross,
What is the definition
frankly.
of sexual exploitation?
You just read it. You know what it is.
Sexual exploitation is any actual or attempted abuse of position of power, vulnerability, or trust. He said he abused his position of power, i.e. being the owner of the beauty pageant contestants, to watch women and girls get naked. That's what he said.
That's what the job entailed.
The job does not entail walking into women's only space and watching women and girls get naked. That's what the
That's
job
like
of the
saying
owner.
a doctor is a pedophile because he has to examine children's genitals.
So that's a great point that you bring up. So what Howard Stern replied to when Donald Trump admitted to sexually exploiting women and children, he said, "Sir, you're like a doctor." In reference to doctors, Howard Stern thinks doctors can do whatever they want because they're doctors, right? If a doctor does something inappropriate to a child, that they would be a pedophile.
Are we talking about Howard Stern or Donald Trump? Why does it matter
Howard
what
Stern and Donald
says?
Trump said grotesque things in this interview.
No, you said what Howard Stern said. We are not
In
talking about
response
Howard
to
Stern.
what
We are
Donald
talking
Trump
about Donald
said.
Trump. Okay, did Trump say it or did Howard Stern say it?
Trump admitted to sexual exploitation and Howard Stern backed it up.
Howard Stern backed it up? Howard
Yes.
Stern said what Howard Stern wanted to say. Did Trump say it or did Howard Stern say it?
Yes.
You are talking about
Donald
something
Trump
that
admitted to
Howard
sexual
Stern said
exploitation.
and somehow acting like that proves something about Donald Trump.
It does prove what Donald Trump did because Donald Trump sexually exploited women and girls.
So if I'm talking to you and you were to admit to a sexual crime right now, would that implicate me or you?
If you it wouldn't, it doesn't implicate Howard Stern because we know Howard Stern was not a part of this. But all I'm saying is Donald Trump, Howard Stern backed it up by saying you're like a doctor, trying to downplay the sexual exploitation of the women and girls at Miss Teen USA, Miss USA,
and
and
what
Miss
is your
Universe.
point? What is your point?
My point has been that Donald Trump is a pedophile.
No, but how does what Howard Stern said prove that?
It's not what Howard Stern said, it's what Donald Trump said.
Then why are you talking about what Howard Stern said? Why did you bring it up? Why?
This is
Why?
is this rage bait?
You don't have an answer. You just brought it up because it sounded bad and you don't have an actual argument.
The reason why I brought what Howard Stern up is because you're the one who brought up doctors. Howard Stern downplayed the sexual exploitation that Donald Trump committed by bringing up doctors in referencing a joke that doctors can do whatever they want and get away with it, just like Donald Trump did whatever he wanted and got away with it. That is why I brought it up. That is the relevance.
But what does that prove? What does that prove? What does that prove? Answer the question.
The whole clip of Howard Stern and Donald Trump talking proves Donald Trump is a sexual exploiter.
Let's move on, Jeremiah.
Let's not move on. Let's
move
have
on.
you address my statement.
Oh, you don't want to move? I already addressed your statement.
How about
have
you
no
listen to
actual
Donald Trump?
argument.
I'm saying it.
Doesn't prove anything.
Conflict?
Yes.
I don't see it as a conflict.
It could be a conflict of interest, but it's the kind of thing you worry about later.
Oh, I see.
Think about the conflict a little bit later
The
on.
question is, how can it not be construed?
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
What you could also say is the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Tell
Well,
me
I'll
what-
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Get the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
That proves Donald Trump sexually exploited women and girls at Miss Teen USA, Miss USA, and Miss Universe. That whole entire clip.
Like I said, part of the job it was an obligation. I mean, you want to use adjectives to describe that interview. You want to say it was slimy, it was gross. Fine.
No, it wasn't
But
just gross.
it was not
admitting to
sexual exploitation. It was
exploitation.
not sexual
You
exploitation.
agreed with my definition of sexual exploitation. You said sexual exploitation is any actual or attempted abuse of position
Oh my
of
God,
trust,
dude. How many times
vulnerability, or power for sexual gratification.
are
Donald Trump said
doctors committing sexual exploitation when they examine people's genitals?
if they are doing something with malicious intent, yes. Can
That
you
is
agree?
part of their job.
Can you hold on? If a doctor is doing something with malicious intent, can you agree that that would be sexual exploitation? If they're using the position of being a doctor, i.e., trust and the state of vulnerability, would that be sexual exploitation? Yes or no?
It'd be sexual exploitation.
Perfect.
If they,
So what Donald Trump did was malicious because he used his position of power and abused his position of power to sexually exploit these women by watching them naked.
No, because it was a part of the job. If a doctor performs,
It's not a part of his job to watch naked girls. No, that's not a part of his job. Bad, no
He
job.
said it was
no.
his obligation to inspect the space. That's what he said.
Inspect the general backstage area, not women's only space. Men aren't
So now
allowed in women's
you're
only
an
space.
expert on beauty pageants.
I'm an expert
You're not
in
an
men
expert
not going
on
into
anything,
women's
my
spaces.
friend.
Projection. Try again.
It was a necessary part of the job.
That's what I thought.
It is
No, so
completely
I'm an expert in
equivalent.
women and women's only space, and men not being allowed in women's only space.
You're an
Colloquially, we
expert-
understand
Did you
that
just
men
say
don't
you're
have
an expert
consent.
in women?
I said I'm an expert in women's only spaces, and the fact that men aren't allowed in women's only spaces.
Everyone
Everyone should be an expert in women's only spaces and understand that women's only spaces are for women only, where no men are around. Right? You should be an expert on that too. I doubt you are, though. From this conversation, you don't have a really good track record in being an expert in anything. But that's regardless of the point. The point is, Donald Trump was not allowed in there because he didn't have consent. Therefore, he used his position of power, i.e. being the owner of the pageant, to inspect, quote-unquote, the place. But we know it wasn't his job to inspect it because he got away with things like that, quote-unquote, what he said verbatim. If he got away with things like that, he wouldn't have, if it was his job, he wouldn't be getting away with it. And typically what it means to get away with something, it means something bad, i.e. if I say I got away with eating a cookie when I wasn't supposed to, that's a very bad thing that I did because I wasn't supposed to eat that cookie.
If a
You keep on
doctor
bringing
is
this doctor analogy. Stop bringing this doctor analogy. I've already addressed it. If the doctor does
It's not an
something with
analogy,
malicious-
it's an
if the doctor
equivalent
does something with
situation.
malicious intent where they abuse their position of power, trust, or vulnerability for their own sexual gratification, that is sexual
No, you're just
exploitation.
applying labels that don't apply. Let's say you have a doctor and he's examining a woman.
If the doctor
Her
uses their
breast,
power,
who he finds
position, or
attractive, is that
vulnerability, trust,
sexual
or power,
exploitation if he
if a
happens to
doctor
find her
uses their
attractive?
position of power, trust, or vulnerability for sexual
You just
gratification,
keep
that is
repeating it like
sexual
that means
exploitation.
something or proves something. It doesn't. If a doctor is examining a woman who he happens to find attractive and only does his job, only does the necessary inspection, is that sexual exploitation if he happens to find her attractive?
So if a doctor does his job and doesn't do anything malicious or doesn't use his position of power, trust, or sexual or for sexual gratification, no, by definition, that would not be
Okay,
sexual.
thank you. So how is the Trump
exploitation.
situation different from that?
Because
How
it was
is
not his
different?
job to inspect naked women, dumbass.
It was. It was his job to inspect.
It was his
the
job to
area.
inspect naked
He
women.
explicitly said
So
that.
hold on. It's the owner's job. It's the owner's job of any place to inspect naked women and girls. Yes.
It was his job to inspect the space. They happened to be there.
Sure. What about the Kohl's owner? Kohl's, do you have a wife? No, you probably don't. Let's just say hypothetically your wife is getting undressed and getting changed in a Kohl's dressing room because she wants to try something on. Hypothetically, because we know you don't have one. And then let's say the Kohl's owner walks in to the Kohl's establishment. The Kohl's is the owner and he's gonna inspect the store. Therefore, you're okay with the Kohl's owner walking into your hypothetical wife's stall and watch her naked, so he can quote unquote inspect it. Yes, you're okay with that?
No, that would be obviously different.
It's not different. What's the relevant difference? They're both in a dressing room. Both of them are the owners. The only difference is one of them is your hypothetical partner, and the
Because
other
there
one
is a
are people that
specific
you don't
time
know.
when he is obligated to do that, as there was a specific time when Trump was
There is no
obligated to
specific
inspect
time
that space.
a specific. If Trump wanted to inspect a women's only dressing room to make sure that everything was working within the dressing room, he should have done it where no women were inside at all. But the fact that he did it while little girls were inside is what makes him a sexual exploiter. The same way as if the Kohl's owner walked in while your a hypothetical wife was getting dressed, it would be sexual exploitation. But if he did it when the stall was empty, it wouldn't be sexual exploitation because there was no one there. If Donald Trump inspected the dressing room when no one was there, it wouldn't be sexual exploitation. But because people were there and he used his position of power to for his sexual gratifications, it was sexual exploitation. Holy
He
shit!
didn't do it for the purpose of sexual gratification.
Literally
and
said
it
that.
was not. He had a specific obligation at a specific time, so it
A
would not be
specific time where
sexual
no women should have been
exploitation.
around, but women were around. Therefore, it makes it sexual exploitation.
He had a specific obligation at a specific time.
At a specific time where no women were around, but instead no men were around.
Very
and
obvious case of blurred lines as opposed to the example
it's
you
not blurred
provided.
lines. It's not.
There is no blurred lines.
No, there is none. No, Donald Trump has sexually exploited women and girls. End of story. There is no debate.
No, you didn't prove anything.
I literally did. Let's recap one more time. Sexual exploitation is any actual attempted abuse of position of vulnerability, trust, or power for sexual gratification.
This is all you guys got. It's an Howard Stern interview from
Donald
the
Trump
90s.
was the owner of the pageant, therefore he had power.
This is all you guys got. It's
He
the best
abused
you
his
guys
position
got.
of power, and we
And
know
then the
he
Jewish
abused his
conspiracy
position of power.
theories.
We're going back to Jewish people. Shut up, little boy. He abused his position of power. How do we
what about
know this?
Israel? Do you support Israel?
Yeah. Go back to Jewish people. Shut up, little boy. Going back to my third point.
How do you feel about Israel?
You're going back to my third point. I'm not going to allow you to pivot because you said you were still in this debate. So shut up and pipe down, little boy. Going back to my third point, we know Donald Trump abused his position of
What's to
power
say? We're going in circles.
because we abuse this position. It's either you concede or you tell me why you disagree.
It's so transparent. It's so performative. You people.
Yeah, I am transparent. Absolutely. Unlike Trump.
You know the difference between you and Donald Trump, my friend?
He's a rapist.
Donald
I'm
Trump
not.
He's a Donald
scammer,
Trump does
I'm
not
not.
attempt to
He hates
appease
America. I
people.
don't.
Your entire
difference.
personality, your
He
entire
harms the
agenda
Constitution. I don't.
is
that it?
attempting to look like a good
He sexually
person.
exploited women and girls. Is that it?
But if you were
He
actually a
appointed
good
someone in
person,
his
you would
cabinet who
understand
snorted the seed drug off a
that
toilet seat.
looking
Is
like
that
a
it?
good person and being one is different.
He hates brown people. Is that it? He hates Muslims. Is that the difference? Because I don't hate all Muslims.
You are an
He's a
embarrassment.
puppet for Bibi.
You are
'Cause I'm not a puppet
everything
for
wrong
Bibi.
with this country. You are a
Projection.
pathetic shell of a man.
Projection. Projection.
Projection.
Men don't defend sexual exploiters. "Quote unquote" real men should stand against sexual exploitation. And what are you doing here?
I agree.
You are standing up for the sexual exploiter. You're not standing
You
up
don't
against
stand
him.
up for anything, dude. You have the most popular political positions in the entire world, and you
Liberalism
get on
is
TikTok
popular. Congratulations. We're the
and you try
majority.
to
You're the
appeal to
minority.
people.
Yeah, I try to appeal to people to make them vote liberal, not Trump or MAGA. Congratulations. You had your first thought. How old are you? Your first thought in what? 10, 20, 25 years? 60 years?
Let's talk about immigration.
Pivot, but go ahead. What about immigration?
All of Trump's immigration initiatives
Biden
are
had better border security. Biden had more deportations, apprehensions, and encounters in 2024 compared to Trump in 2025. Border security is reliant upon three things: apprehensions, deportations, and encounters. If Biden had higher in all three, therefore Biden had better border security in 2024 compared to 2025. I see you later, Windows. If you guys want to support this live stream, there's close to 100 people in here, both on YouTube and TikTok. Make sure to double tap that phone screen first. Make sure to follow over here on TikTok. And if you're over here on
TikTok.
YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe over there on YouTube. You're going to see it somewhere up there, as well as hit that thumbs up, as well as a link tree in my bio. You can find my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, as well as a Buy Me a Coffee link if you guys want to support. It helps me deal with these crazy MAGAs while I debate them at night in the middle of the day or at in the morning. It helps me buy me a coffee or buy Celsius, and it helps me do that to have
big talk.
self-control for these MAGAs.
Big
Anyways,
talk.
take it away.
Let me ask you some, Jeremiah's. Do
Can you address my
believe-
point that Biden had a better border security?
Well, it's Trump is targeting his resources.
Brown people?
Trump is focusing on specific individuals.
Brown people. Yes, we know. Brown people.
How,
Congratulations.
can you prove that his policy targets brown people specifically? And
Yeah.
don't say
Supreme Court ruled that you cannot get pulled over or questioned
Yeah, I
simply
knew you were
for
gonna
your
say
for
that
your
one.
race
I knew you were
or
gonna
the
say
language
that
that you speak or where you're coming from. So yes,
no. You're intentionally leaving out a second clause of that, which is that there has to be a second qualifier. There has to be a second thing that is
and what is that
specific.
second qualifier?
It can be anything.
So you don't even know what the second qualifier
Anything that is suspicious that could
No,
indicate that
that's
that
not
person
true.
is an illegal immigrant.
That's not true.
No, it is. Why don't you look it up?
I have,
it up.
and you're wrong.
Oh, well, if you say that you've looked it up, you must be right. Because people say things and they can't lie, right?
Projection. You're lying.
No, there's
You're
a
doing a lot of
very
projection on this stream, buddy. Holy shit. Lock in.
no. There's a second clause
Yeah, source?
to the statement that you just said
Sure,
that
source.
says that there must be a second qualifier.
Source?
You are the one who brought up this source.
But you're
so
the
why
one
don't you
making a
read it?
positive claim.
Read
You're
it.
the one saying that there's a second
Read it.
clause. I never
Go
said
to
that.
it
You
and
said
read it.
that. I'd like a source.
Read it.
Sure, I read it. It doesn't say there's that you need. There's a second.
Read it
thing
right
that they
now.
need.
Go to
I
it
am.
and read it.
I am.
You are? Read it out
Yeah.
loud.
I did.
Read it out loud. Read
Someone's
it.
mad.
Read it. You little fucking pussy. Read it. Read the statement by the Supreme Court. You know what it says.
Yeah, why are you cortisol maxing, buddy? why are you
Read it.
cortisol maxing?
Yeah. You're not going to read it.
Because I know I'm right and I read it.
You
before.
are an embarrassment. You are
projection.
everything wrong with this country.
Type of 1 in the guest is being an embarrassment. Type of 2 if I'm being an embarrassment. I'm probably gonna get ratioed. You're gonna see a lot of 2s, but that's fine. It's funny. Type of 1 if the guest is an embarrassment. Type of 2 if I'm an embarrassment.
Let's move on. Do you
Yo,
agree?
there's only 1 2. There's only 1 2, bro. Yo, get ratioed. And
Oh,
by
the
the way, this
people
is
on
not a
my
liberal
live
majority.
agree with me.
This is not a liberal majority, by the way. This is not a liberal majority.
Why don't you tell me, Jeremiah's,
There's still
if
67
nobody is
people.
illegal on stolen land? Oh, there's some serious 2s down there, by the way.
It says most sent 117, buddy. Get a grip on reality.
Why are people saying like 13 and 17?
What else do you want to get cooked on, buddy? You conceded on Donald Trump being a sexual exploiter. You defend sexual exploitation.
I did not
You're
concede
conceding
on
on Biden have better border security. So what do you want to get cooked on now, pal?
Do you agree that nobody is illegal on stolen land?
I agree that you are a horrible person. Sure. And
You're
a
just
dummy.
not even going to answer the question.
Relevant.
I just want to know how you feel about immigration, generally speaking.
I think immigration is good for American society. I think immigration progresses
So do
American
you agree
society.
that nobody is
And I
illegal on
think,
stolen land?
I think that we should definitely do reparations for individuals who were harmed during what happened on the birth
Okay.
of America.
Good. Let's
i.e.,
talk about that. Which groups do you think deserve reparations?
I think a bunch of different groups deserve reparations.
Name one.
People of color, Native Americans.
Black people?
Yes.
Do you mean black
absolutely.
people?
Black
Okay,
people are
why do
people of
black
color, yes.
people... You can't say black people? Is that against your little rule book?
No, it's not. Just there's more than one race that isn't white or black.
Why do black people deserve reparations? Why
White
do
do
modern
black
black
people?
people today?
Because
Why
they
do black
they,
people
they, they
deserve-
experience
deserve
oppression within
reparations?
the American society. That's why.
Japanese people experienced oppression within American society. Do they deserve reparations?
I think every single minority that is affected by the patriarchy deserves reparations. Absolutely.
What about Germans?
Like I said, any minority that is affected by the American patriarchy deserves reparations.
So Germans deserve reparations.
Can you repeat back what I said?
I heard what you said. You said any minority affected by the patriarchy
Yes.
deserves reparations.
Cool.
I'm asking if you
What do you think I
consider
mean
Germans
when I
a
say
part of
reparations? When I say reparations, what do you think I mean?
financial compensation or
Giving them
or
cash?
policies that favor them, like DEI.
Not policies that favor them, policies that bring equality. Example, a white kid has more funding than a black kid. All across the country, they have, I think it's 2.5 times more funding, or I think it's even up to 7 times in some
Funding
studies
in
that a white kid has
regards
more
to
funding.
what?
Reparations,
Funding from where?
reparations for school, public funding
Black
for
people
school.
receive more welfare than any other group.
White kids get more public funding for school compared to black kids, up to multiple times more. So reparations would be getting equal funding. So when you say favoring them. No, it's just equality. DEI is diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, to make sure everyone has the same opportunity to learn, to get a job, to excel, to live, to survive, to meet the basic requirements.
I understand your ridiculous ideology.
So you think equality is a ridiculous ideology?
You say white kids receive more funding
for school, yes.
Public education.
Yes. You want a source?
Yeah, sure. Give me your source for that.
I got you. Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen, repost, live, share the live, do all the good things. NPR, that's my source. White school districts have so much more money.
Integrated on paper according to the law, by the way. Obviously, there's like white neighborhoods and black neighborhoods.
For every enrolled school,
all of those schools receive equal funding.
No, that's not true. The average non-white school district receives $2,226 less than a white school district, the report finds.
Yeah, because black cities are poorer.
Again, it's not just black cities.
It's not that they're. It's the
funding for
government.
It's the funding for. It's the funding comparing white kids, white kids versus black kids, and white kids get more funding than black kids do.
Yeah, because black cities are poorer and they have less money to put into their schools.
That's not true.
Okay, why is it then?
Because there's
because the federal government is just giving less money to the black kids.
Yes.
Are you serious? You really think that's what's happening?
Yes.
Well, there's obviously civil rights laws against that. There was a civil rights campaign
just question,
to integrate the school districts and have white and black kids go to school together.
Just a curious question. What year were you born in?
2005.
2005?
Yeah.
When was the last school that was desegregated? What year?
1971.
2014.
No, that's not true.
You were alive at the time. The last school that was
2014
was in 2014.
The last school was desegregated. What are you talking about?
The last school was, I think, at 2014 or 2016. Would you like a source on that? The last school that was desegregated was in 2014 or 2016.
It was 1971. It was in Virginia.
Give me a second. I can give you a source. Let's see.
Ruby Bridges is literally on TikTok.
Okay.
No civil rights.
When was the last school to?
This is embarrassing.
When was the last school to integrate? The last school that was desegregated was the Cleveland High School in Cleveland, Mississippi. This happened in 2016. I was wrong. 2 years off. It was in 2016. Was the last school that desegregated. Okay, so you're wrong. The last school that desegregated was in 2016.
What is this source and what do they mean by desegregated?
Why are you just reading off comments?
I'm not reading comments. I said, what is the source and what do they mean by desegregated?
I told you the source. Are you not paying attention?
What is the source and what do they mean by desegregated? The title of the source
is when was the last segregated school closed in America? That was the source. I can give you another one if you'd like as well. Yes.
That's a source? Is that an organization?
That's the title of the source. Pay attention.
Yeah, what is the source? Who wrote it? Obviously.
Who wrote it? Yeah, it's going to be coming from SpainExchange.com.
Spain Exchange?
Yeah.
SpainExchange.com?
Yeah.
Is your source?
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that SpainExchange.com is the most reputable source for civil rights history in the United States of America.
You're not proving it wrong?
Read the article. What does it mean by desegregate?
I can also give you another source here. This is a
read the article. Read it.
I literally just read it. Hold on, let me scroll back down.
No, read it. Read it. Don't just read the title.
The last school that was desegregated was Cleveland, Ohio, and Cleveland, Mississippi. This happened in 2016. The order to desegregate this school came from a federal judge after decades of struggle. This case was originally started in 1965 by a 4th grader. So this case started in 1965, but decades of struggle led to it not being desegregated until 2016 when it got desegregated, right? So when you were referring to like the last school being desegregated, you were referring to like the last case, right? Where like the 4th grader tried to bring this case to like a federal judge, but this was they only deemed them to desegregate until 2016. If you like a different source, it's gonna be give me 1 second. I can scroll, see if this is the correct one. 1978. This is Cleveland. This here right there. Let's see. Give me a second. I can provide you a different source. I hate Yahoo. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Make sure you double tap that phone screen if you haven't already. Repost the live, share the live, do all the good things. There's 40 people over. I need to make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you have not already. As always, we're all looking for some debaters. If you want to do even come over to TikTok. If you're over here on TikTok, make sure to follow. If you're over on YouTube, consider going to my most recent video. You click on my channel, go to the most recent video, and like it. I posted it like 2 hours ago. Make sure to go like my most recent video and leave a comment down below. Yeah, so NPR is my source. I can also, so NPR was a source that white kids get more funding. NPR can also be my source. When the last school desegregated after 50-year legal struggle, Mississippi School District desegregates. World Atlas also cites Cleveland High School in Cleveland, Mississippi, as being the last school that was desegregated, as well as. So those are 4 sources that I've given you.
What do you mean by desegregate?
Do you not know the definition?
Do you mean unequal funding, or do you mean the kids actually going to the same school?
Do you know the definition of the word
no
that I'm speaking?
Federal policy because of Brown versus the Board of Education that makes it so that black schools receive less money than white schools because that made it
the white kids getting more
to separate them by school.
So no, white kids still get more funding now, right? But the last school that desegregated was in 2016.
Why?
That should tell you something. So you should answer your own question, right? That should answer your own question. I think you should do research on what words mean before you come on this live stream and argue.
Why do they receive less funding?
Because of racial inequality within the system.
What
if the last school that desegregated was 10
mean?
years ago, it means that the patriarchy benefits white, straight, cis men and oppresses anyone else.
What is happening? Why are they getting less money? Why?
Because the patriarchy favors
because the cities
white,
have
straight,
less
cis men.
money. No. Why? Answer the
I just
question.
told you why.
No, that's a circular answer. I'm asking you, why is it racist? Why are they getting less money? And you're saying because the system is racist and they're getting less money.
Why are white kids getting more funded? Because the system favors.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what does that mean? You just read this shit and then you don't actually analyze what it means.
It means white people.
You don't even have like a surface level understanding.
It means
of what
that white people have a better opportunity in education, in jobs, in anywhere in life. White people aren't oppressed, and white people have a better opportunity compared to black people. When I say the patriarchy greatly benefits white, straight, cis men, it means they have more opportunities compared to other minorities. Okay? Do we understand? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
How? It's because the cities have less
was
money.
Built. The system was built.
Is it or is it not because
white,
the cities have less
men.
money?
The Constitution was made for white, straight, cis men who owned property. Anyone else didn't
doesn't
have.
Answer my question.
Is
it
rights.
Because the cities have less money?
How the
or
patriarchy
not?
greatly benefits white, straight, cis men, and I'm telling you how, because the system was built for them, for specifically white, straight, cis men who owned property. Anyone else did not have any rights.
No, I asked you how the white kids are getting less money today.
The white kids are getting more money.
The white kids are getting more money. How are they getting more money?
Because of racial inequality within the system. I've
it's
explained
because the
this to you.
cities, the black cities, have less money. That is why.
It's just like mentally exhausting. That is genuinely mentally exhausting. Moving on to the next guest. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
18.
Why do you? What year were you born in?
2008.
Why do you support Trump?
Yeah. I actually came up a few months ago. Do you watch UFC White House?
No.
It was pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I support ICE. I wanted to ask, do you think ICE is a terrorist organization?
Why do you support ICE?
Look, I mean, look, I can't tell you how to think, but what I can tell you is I think Antifa is a way bigger threat than ICE or law enforcement. I mean, you literally have these crazy liberals on, cameras talking about how we're going to go ahead and kill ICE agents and law enforcement. We're going to do X, Y, Z. We're going to take our country back with guns. And there's also other stuff. I would argue that they're the real terrorist organization. You just got some guys enforcing Immigration Nationality Act, which hasn't been done in a very long time. And that's why people are losing their minds. I use that comparison because they're the real terrorist organization, not ICE. Deporting them, number one.
Sure. What's the link for so that I can sign up for Antifa? You said it's an organization.
No.
Where can I sign up? What's the link?
No.
No,
Deporting them.
No, it's not.
Deporting them
No,
is
it's not a
number
link.
one.
What's the link? You made a claim.
No.
You said it was an organization. An organization typically has a website. Like ICE has a website where you can sign up. So where can I sign up to be part of an Antifa member? Where?
Yeah, I mean, I would. That's not something I would ever do. So that's not something.
No, I'm asking for me. Where can I sign up to be an Antifa member?
I'm sure you could just
Antifa.com or .org.
No, that's
so. Then we can agree it's not an organization. Yeah. It's a movement. Being anti-fascism is a movement, not an organization.
Okay, and wait, what was the?
So can you concede it's not a terrorist organization because it's not an organization? If you want to say there's bad apples within the movement that are terrorists, sure, but you can't claim Antifa, the movement, is a terrorist organization because it's a movement, not an organization. It's not centralized; it's decentralized. So can you concede?
So what was your question again?
Where can I sign up? Where is the link so I can sign up to be part of the Antifa organization?
So you're saying that every organization there has to be a website? Is that what you're saying?
That's why I said typically organizations have a website.
Typically, that doesn't mean that they always have to. You think that every organization has a website? I mean, that's just so stupid.
Who is the founder of this organization?
I don't know on the top of my head, and I can't tell you.
Search it up and tell me who's the founder of Antifa.
I can't tell you the ICE one either off the top of my head, but I kind of wanted to talk about ICE and why I support them.
Is there a president of Antifa?
And can I continue my point?
Is there a special leader of Antifa? Who's the leader of Antifa? Tell me.
Can I just tell you why I support ICE, bro?
No, tell me who's the leader. I want to talk to the leader of Antifa and give him my full pledge of support.
Okay, I don't know.
So you can agree Antifa is not an organization.
Okay,
it's a movement.
Sure.
Good. Are you anti-fascist or are you pro-fascist?
Dude, shut up.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Are you pro-fascism, anti-fascism, or are you agnostic on fascism? Which one?
Anti.
So you're Antifa.
No.
So you're pro-fascism.
No, it's because
I don't.
Are
you pro-fascism or anti-fascism?
No. That's not what Antifa is.
Antifa literally means anti, meaning against. Fascism, meaning fascist. Okay. Anti-fascist. Antifa.
Do you know what ICE stands for?
Immigration Customs Enforcement. Can you answer my question? Are you Antifa?
Okay. And you're gonna go on.
Can you answer my question? Are you Antifa?
Being murdered by ICE is everything good in ICE?
Question. Are you Antifa?
No, I already told you.
So you're pro-fascism.
No, just because you don't have to be.
So you're agnostic on. If you're not pro-fascism or anti-fascism, you're agnostic.
Do you think illegal immigrants should be deported?
No.
No. You think every illegal immigrant should stay? You think even the criminals? You don't think the criminals should be deported?
I would have to concede with Republicans, but under my perfect worldview, no, they shouldn't be deported.
So what should we do with the criminals?
Put him in prison, like Donald Trump. He's a criminal. He should be put in prison. Oh wait, he's not. He's a leader of this free world, quote unquote free. I should
So deportation. We should end all deportation.
Yes.
Okay, that's just hilarious, dude.
Okay. You're attacking. You're not attacking my argument.
No. Okay. Well.
Can you
Can we?
attack my argument?
Can I tell you why I support ICE?
Can you attack my argument? You said that's hilarious. Why is that hilarious?
It's hilarious how you think we should just keep all of these criminals.
I didn't ask you to repeat yourself. I said why.
I literally am explaining. I think that you think it's crazy that you think we should just keep every illegal immigrant that comes
Are
across the
you a
border.
broken record? You already said that. I'm asking why.
Why I think why what? Tell me. Okay, just tell me the question. Tell me the question. Repeat the question.
Why do you think it's hilarious or crazy that I made the claim that no one should be deported?
Because
Great argument.
dude, I mean, if you would let me talk for more than 3 seconds, I think
Mike's yours.
it's the okay. It's the rule of law, of course, for one, border and immigration system integrity, of course. And I think deporting them, number one, is a part of the INA. Regardless, we got to get them out of here. So that's why, and that's where they end up after the fact is whatever. But we got to deport them out of here. Your framing of the situation like perfectly encapsulates the problem here. We haven't enforced immigration in so long, or it's like people like they're seeing ICE do actually what they're supposed to be doing, and they're losing their minds because we haven't enforced immigration in so long. Because it's been like it's basically just been a political hot potato for so long. Progressives have always wanted to be away from it. They don't want to go ahead and deal with it, and the Republicans have been cucked by it as well. But I mean, Donald Trump is the first president to go hard in immigration and do what's called an interior immigration enforcement, not just turning people back away at the border. And of course, we're gonna have the immigration enforcement surge in major cities that are blue that have been honoring detainers, have been honoring ICE in general, picking people up in their countries. You're gonna have problems. I think that just like given the fact that this is a unprecedented immigration enforcement surge, it's not that bad, and that and these people that are getting shot, like people like Rene Good, Alex Preddy, whatever, these individuals that are aggregating and committing crimes during the course of their lawful processes they claim to be, and I mean, we just can't be doing that. I mean, would you not agree with that?
Cool, you made a bunch of different points. I'm going to address them all. You said, you made a lot of different points. You said we have never enforced immigration up until recently with Donald Trump in 2025. Therefore, you agree that under Trump's first term, he didn't enforce immigration. Oh, wow, what a track record if it doesn't enforce immigration. I would argue Biden has better immigration policy. Biden was better for border security in 2024 compared to Trump in 2025 because border security is relying upon three things: apprehensions, deportations, and encounters. Biden had higher in all three. Therefore, Biden is better for border security, number one. Number two, you made the claim that we should do it because they're criminals and we need to get them out, and that's what we should do. And I'm arguing we shouldn't do that. So when you started off with that, that's not a counter argument as to why we shouldn't. You're just giving me your thought that we should do that because you think we should. And then you pointed out to a plethora of different things, saying that ICE is good, but we people are still mad about it. And then exactly. That's what you do whenever you're losing. I give you a minute and a half to speak. It takes me 30 seconds to debunk all your claims, and then you start worshiping Jeffrey Epstein because you're most likely a pedophile. Congratulations, that's MAGA for you. Moving on to the next guest.
Let me out of your basement, Jeremiah. Let me out.
Moving on to the next guest. We got a runner? Absolutely. Notice how as soon as I started talking, ran. He ran. I've never seen someone run faster. Should I get a whole panel? We're gonna do a whole panel. I'm just gonna. There's 16 people, bro. I accidentally kicked my mic again. We're gonna lead up 16 people in here. There's 16 people in the guest box. Let's see how many of them support Trump. If you're in here, do not unmute. Go on mute. Do not unmute. I'm going to mute you. Do not unmute until I tell you to unmute. We're gonna light up a full panel in here. Let's see how many people actually support Donald Trump. Not user, not user. User is not a good guy. User. Mods, can we ban him real quick if I have any anyone in here? Layla.
I just wanted to come up here from that one guy that debated you. I forgot.
Can
his
you
name.
drop me? I didn't mean to join. I was
pretty
tapping.
stupid. That's all I want to say.
You're good. You're good. There's 16 people in here. You're good. I appreciate you coming up here, you too. Moving on to the next ones. I appreciate you guys tapping. Moving on to the next point. Not point, person. There's only one person left in here. Like I said, if I let you up, go on mute if I don't mute you. But okay, crazy. Moving on to the next one. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you so very much. And then Pedro's the last one. Looks like out of 16 people, only one of them is willing to talk. Listen, 16 people, you're the only one. Times, do you support Donald Trump? You can unmute.
Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
You do support Trump. Keep it up. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow. Maybe. Actually, yeah, tomorrow early in the morning. Well, 16 people. Type of one in the chat if you'd come back if I had to restart. Type of one in the chat if you'd come back. Because I want to hit a restart. I don't know if I should. What time zone? Pacific. Pacific Standard. Oh, 3 hour. Damn, it's like 1 a.m. No? Yeah, no, it is. No, it's midnight. 31. We're back. Wow, that was quick. Some of you guys are already back. I'm gonna wait. Listen. I'm gonna wait until there's like 5 people in the panel so that we can have conversations with them, so that we can do a 1v5. I'm gonna wait. So if you are a Trump supporter and you're on TikTok, join up in the guest box. We're looking to have a 1v5. 1v5. And if you're ever on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. Make sure to go check out my most recent YouTube video and go like it and leave a comment down below in the most recent YouTube video. I posted it an hour or two ago. It really helps it gets pushed out as soon as, like, within the first 24 hours. If a lot of people like it and view it and comment, it helps it get pushed out. I appreciate you guys for being here. As always, if you're a Trump supporter, just give me 5 minutes of your time because I'm wanting to do a 1v5, right? I want to do a 1v5. So if you are a Trump supporter, pop up in the guest box if you support Donald Trump. Pop up in the guest box if you're MAGA, if you're pro-MAGA, pro-Trump, pro any of these individuals. And I would love to have a conversation with you tonight. I'm looking to have a 1v5. Okay? So if you're a Trump supporter, you're going to see a little guest box here. 2 people, a purple people and a blue people. Click on it, or the request button somewhere here. Click on the request. Right now we have 1 debater in the queue. And we're looking for a total of 5. Okay, so Donald Trump pardoned Antifa, by the way. Mackenzie, I'm assuming, Mackenzie. Donald Trump pardoned Antifa because he pardoned every single J6er. Once again, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate me, join up in the guest box. I'm looking for 5 Trump supporters to debate. So far, we have 2 people in the guest box. So give me 4-ish minutes to have 5 people in here because we're looking for a 1v5. If you want to be a part of this special 1v5, join up in the guest box. Can we do a just one? No, that's unfair. That's unfair if we do a 1v1 or a 1v2 or a 1v3 or a 1v4. And it'll take like 4-ish minutes to get this pushed out to the FYP. Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all the good things as always. We're looking for Trump supporters to debate. I appreciate you guys for being here, as always. Yeah, no, they're insane. They're insane. They're insane. They're insane. Do. Trump is evil Satan. Call in, Mackenzie. Enlighten us how stupid you are to let Pelosi force you and MAGA to storm their own nation's capital. So true, so true. Imagine I just don't get any push this time. I had pretty good push last stream. You know, you're not gonna get 5 people. I actually am. There's already 3. They're just waiting for push. Make sure you guys are reposting live, sharing the live, do all the good things. We are looking for some people to debate tonight. There's not even 5 people in the live. Let alone 5 Trump supporters. That's getting 10 people in the live. There's the push. There we go. It's taking a bit, but we're looking for Trump supporters to debate. We're looking to have a 1v5. Typically, it's going to take us like 50 people in here. And how we get 50 people in here is by you guys double tapping that phone so you can reposting the live, sharing the live, do all of the good things. And if you're one of those 5 people that want to come up and debate me, do a 1v5. Come up and debate me. I'd love to have a conversation with you as always. We are looking for some debates. I may not agree with you, but you're awesome. Have a good night. I appreciate you. You know what? We do a 1v2. We can start up. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Cool. Why do you support Trump? Take it away.
Yeah. You know, Gypsy
Liliana, do you
Crusader?
support Trump?
Goyim lives matter. Goyim lives.
Take it away. Why do you support Trump?
You know Gypsy Crusader?
Bro, you were in here the other day. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Is Mackenzie calling in? No, it's not Mackenzie. Mackenzie is on YouTube, not on TikTok. I doubt that they would start debating me. Doubt it. Trump can't even win a war against algae. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Can't lie, y'all are funny. You guys are funny, quite frankly. Funniest individuals. If there's no more to debate, then I'll just end stream. I mean, I went live today for a total of what, 3-ish, 4-ish hours. How's it going?
Good. How's it going?
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
I think he was a better candidate.
Why?
Just based off his abortion policy, his border policies. Well, like I'm against abortion.
Which abortion policy?
Okay, not abortion policy. I'm against abortion, and he spoke out about how it's not right. Kamala Harris was in favor of abortion.
Okay, why is abortion wrong?
Because it's the unjust killing of a human life.
Why is it unjust?
What do you mean, why is it unjust? Because you're preventing the human life from developing by murdering
Pulling
it.
out prevents a human life from developing. Does that mean pulling out is unjust, and therefore it should be illegal to pull out?
What do you mean? Like, as in pulling out of
You don't
your
understand the
womb?
most simple analogy. I don't think I'm going to have a more in-depth conversation about abortion with you. So let's talk about immigration. What immigration policy do you support?
About pulling out of a woman? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
but
said
one
abortion is wrong because it's preventing a human life from developing. Pulling out prevents a human life from developing.
no, because not all injection of the sperm into the you know what is going to create a human life.
Okay, so you're saying human life is value because they're part of the human species?
Yes.
Okay, brain dead people. It's a murder to pull the plug?
Yes.
Okay, do you think there's a genocide going on in the hospitals about brain dead people?
Yes, 110%. I think we can agree on that. They were just doing it for organ donors. I mean, that's
Organ harvesting aside, it's not murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient. For example, if someone I knew, one of my loved ones, or for example me, if I got into a car crash right now after I left, and then I became brain dead, it would be justified for my family to pull the plug on me, and that would not be murder.
I disagree with that.
Okay, why would it be murder? Because we're simply of the human species?
Yes. And
that's ridiculous.
How is that ridiculous? Tell me why that's
So
ridiculous.
should murderers be put in prison?
Yes.
You're saying every single person who pulled the plug on a brain dead patient of their own family should be put in prison.
Yes.
And you're saying every single woman who got an abortion should be put in prison.
I believe it's.
And you're saying people who paid
Hold on.
for the abortion should also be put in prison.
I believe it's the doctors. By the way.
Oh, what about the people who pay for the abortion, right? For example, if I pay a hitman to go if someone pays a hitman to come unalive me, right? They would be held accountable because they paid that hitman as well, right? Example, the same way as if someone pays someone to get an abortion, they would be getting held accountable under your worldview, right?
If you played a part in any unjust taking of a human life, you should go to prison.
So if I pay for my girlfriend's abortion, I should go to prison?
I think yes, but I don't think as much as the doctors.
What about the girl? What about the woman? What about the 12-year-old rape victim? Should they go to prison?
The rape makes up what percent?
It's not what it makes up. Should the 12-year-old rape victim, should they go to prison for getting an abortion?
Hold on, you're straw manning right now.
No, I'm not. You said if you partake in any action that takes an innocent human life, therefore you should go to prison. So should a 12-year-old rape victim who gets an abortion go to prison? Yes or no?
You are putting a 0.3. Actually,
it's still possible. It is logically possible, and it happens. Answer the question. Should a 12-year-old rape victim who gets an abortion go to prison? Yes or no?
How many cases?
Answer yes or no. Should a 12-year-old rape victim who goes to get an abortion?
Yes or no. Answer.
You have a 10-second response to answer, or I kick you.
You're just gonna lose. I mean, that's what it is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yes, a 12-year-old rape victim should go to prison?
Yes, is that what you wanted to hear? What? What are you talking?
That's MAGA for you. 12-year-old rape victim should go to prison. Not the rapist. Protect the rapist. Send the rape victim to prison. How's it going, eSport Trump?
Hello, Jeremias.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
When's your birth year?
What?
Birth year?
2007.
What month?
November.
I don't believe you. Moving on to the next guest.
Yo.
Is this Screaming Fetus?
Oh my god.
Is this Screaming Benjamin Netanyahu? Are you Screaming Fetus?
No, that was not me.
I thought that was Screaming Fetus. Holy shit, my bad. My bad, chat. Let's try to do a 1v5 in here. Let's get in 5 MAGA Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, hop up in the guest box. Do 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 do. You're a child. That's why I kicked you. Do 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 do. Yo, what's up? Do you support Trump? Gotta be in the app for me to hear you. Gotta see me for me to hear you. Do 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 do. Hi from Australia. Hi to Australia and love to Australia. You guys actually protect your citizens when it comes to gun control. You guys act on it. Whenever a massacre happens, you guys act. Props to y'all. Love Australia. Never been there. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Who knows? They left. Shocker. Connor is the only one left. Connor is the only Trump supporter left. Trump is not good as abortion. He removed it in federal law and he leaved it to the states. Even Ruth Bader Ginsburg knew that this would be removed from federal law. And women everywhere thank him. Amen, we do. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Actually, there's 50 people in here. There's 5 people who support Trump. Join up in the guest box right now. Trump is my president? He's not. I just don't believe that you were born in November of 2007. It's easy to fake a year. I don't believe you. 50 people in here. I want to talk about gun control and socialism? Great, I'm not going to talk to you, Connor. Just let me say 3 things? No, you're a child. I support Epstein, not Trump. Bet you support both. Epstein supporters. God is king, right? By the way, in your bio, God is king. Luke 6:27. By the way, a Christian. Just want to point that out there. A Christian says they support Epstein. By the way. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe. If you've seen this on your For You page over on YouTube, hit that subscribe right there. Somewhere right there. Somewhere. Or down there. I don't know where you're watching. You can't talk any logic to them. So true. Democrats are dumb-o rats. Dumb-o rats. You know, I didn't know there was a B in dumb-o rats. I didn't know there was a B in dumb-o rats. Actually, I thought it was spelled D-U-M-B. D-U-M, not D-U-M-B. Actually, I thought China came up with dumb-o rats. You're a child? So true, so true. This is getting boring. If I say what I want to say, will you read it? Depends. Palm Beach Pete and Donnie? You're weird. Trump has clinically low test levels. True. This is boring. So true. So true. I'm actually very entertaining. I'm just tired. I'm tired as fuck. I know you don't like facts, but there's plenty of proof that Donald Trump was not involved. Not true. So let me back up. No, you said rape victims should go to prison. Your words, not mine. I support Trump because he donates to Israel and the IDF. Checks out. Let me up. No, Connor. Do you understand what consent is? No means no. How many people died in Canada today? I heard about that. Very tragic situation. Unfortunate, man. Hopefully, there's a peace for the families that lost loved ones. I think it was in Quebec, Canada, I believe. Lock him up? So true. Alright, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I'm bored. I'll see you guys later. Take